I'm gonna have to hear it for at least a moment.
Is that a song?
You thought I was just making shit up before?
I mean, I don't think that's the same, but it's pretty close.
I was doing it. It's pretty close.
Oh my god, is that the same thing as the Baby Shark?
That's old. That's like Jock Jam days, the hamster song.
Oh, I
Yeah.
never knew.
And that's even before Peanut Butter Jelly Time, which was a classic.
Oh yeah, that was
From
was it
Family Guy.
Newgrounds?
Hmm?
Was it Newgrounds?
Who did it? Peanut Butter Jelly Time?
That was like I remember being in, I don't know, at least ninth grade.
Mm-hmm. For Peanut Butter Jelly Time?
Yeah, when that was
Ooh,
around.
what grade was... I mean, I feel like it was even younger. But the whole internet landscape was so different back then. It's hard for me to even... that's like AOL, AIM,
Mhm.
and...
I still got my AOL email.
Yeah, and
I use it for all my spam.
I used to use those 100 free hour things. I had like 100 of those.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. I was like, what is the point of them even charging for this at this point?
I have my own computer up in my room, and I have the AOL, free hours disc from Target or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
And I would always just download and look at porn, and I would play like Big Game Hunter and eat Airheads.
Oh, Big Game Hunter. What would I play? There's a couple. I would play pinball. I
Yeah,
a couple good pinball games.
Pinball was straight.
I never really got into the big games like WoW or Doom or what else. I think those were like some of the two main ones back then. I know Doom was big, but I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about now. So yeah, we could start the podcast when you want to.
Oh yeah. Welcome back to the Pelican Jack podcast. My name's Devin Watkins. With me as always, is my good buddy.
Alex Ortiz with a allergy nose. But let's talk shit and get lit.
Let's do that, man.
Let's do it. What do we got here, Devo? What we drinking on today?
Oh, we're back on the Crunkle Stiltskin. This is the Luau Crunkles.
Luau.
Still delicious, still in the keg. I don't drink that much.
It's almost a summery IPA. Fruity anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Got those Hawaiian flavors.
Delicious stuff. Yeah, so like I was saying before, remember when that dude tried to fuck me?
Oh, yeah. I was actually going to bring it up because we were talking. You had brought it up right before we started recording. I was like, hold that. And I even wrote it down here to bring it up if you didn't bring it up. So, yes, I actually do not remember. Like, the idea of the story is ringing a bell, but I don't remember any details, but it just seems familiar. So go ahead and remind me of this dude who tried to fuck you.
Yeah, so back when we were both working for this fast food joint,
Mm-hmm.
the group we were hanging out with had a friend named Chad.
Ooh. Okay.
And Chad was this dude who liked dudes who didn't like dudes. Yeah. He's
like his little
setting
dream.
himself up for failure.
His little dream was to be able to convert like someone who thought they were straight.
Yeah, I feel like that's almost the equivalent of dudes who are like only into virgins.
Dude, he used to chill with a lot of good-looking bitches too. But I said it.
You shouldn't say good looking, I think. They weren't.
There was some other ones like I would see like on some social media and shit, and I was like, damn.
Oh, well, yeah, 'cause they got all those filters and all that nonsense.
Dude, I've been seeing a lot of extra filter work from especially females that I've been Snapchatting. They do too much filtering, dude. it doesn't even look. It's not even attractive at a point there.
This
Like,
one girl I went to high school with posted a picture, and it was just Jennifer Lawrence.
what was the caption?
I mean, it was a picture that she took
Mhm.
and filtered, but then it was just Jennifer Lawrence.
Jeez, yeah, dude. Like, and it just looks.
Gimli, you're
The
fucking
ones, the
whole
filters they're
operation up.
using.
Hold on, I'm sorry, my dog is ruining everything. You gotta get out of here, you rascal.
His
All right,
neck.
man.
He was like, the neck was up in the corner.
My dog's just hanging himself on camera.
He's like, I'm tired of this shit. I'm doing it on camera.
All right, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. We never did. We got sidetracked from you getting almost fucked.
Oh yeah, yeah. You just kind of hang around, and I like to drink, so I thought maybe I think he thought maybe one of those. I just give in to my deep desires to get, and I quote, "fucked through a wall."
Oh yes. Oh no, it's coming back. I do remember when got proposed to get fucked through a wall. I don't remember if I heard it directly, but I know you told me very shortly after. It was sad.
And he's not like threatening. Like I don't think he could physically fuck me through a wall.
Yeah. I feel you
But
there. Hey,
yeah.
he was shooting a shot.
Yeah, he's a guy, so
Yep.
he still hung around. I didn't like make him not be there.
Mm. Yeah.
Still say hi when I see him.
Yeah. I haven't seen anybody in person from that crew.
I always laugh when
In
I
a
see
minute.
Destiny at Walmart.
Oh yeah, she works there, huh?
Yeah, well, she did last time I saw her.
Do you
It's
even
probably a
do you
couple
speak
years
to her?
ago now.
No. Heard.
I'm really talking to them fucking hoes.
Wow.
Trying to be an adult over here.
Hoes are
Married
people
and shit.
too.
Yeah, but they're not people in my life. Hoes might as well be Africans.
There's lots of
You know what I mean?
reformed hoes.
And I don't mean that in any kind of racial way. I just mean like people in Africa are almost non-existent in my life. Like I know they're there.
Mhm.
And that's about it. My day-to-day is not
But there's tons of
usually
mature.
entangled with the dealings of Africans.
True. But there's tons of mature, great parents, hard workers that were former hoes.
Oh yeah.
And I try not to hold that against them when they're still in the hoe process.
Yeah, I mean they're always going to be a hoe.
And I don't even
They're just gonna be unhappy.
I don't even really like
back
calling it
half.
that. The hoe. I just feel like I don't like putting a negative connotation on what seems normal. Anyway,
Yeah.
when guys do it, it's perfectly fine, and then but when girls do it, we attach this because it's like that. What is it like that Madonna complex that we want our girl or like we want our women to be pure, but when they're with us, we want them to be like freaks too at the same time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want a girl that slept around, but you want a girl who's experienced and
Can't do it
freaky
both
and
ways.
kinky. Yeah. So it's a contradiction.
What do you want?
Yeah. So it's I've been trying to consciously
Give me
like
the freak.
fight that confidence,
Just give me the freak.
contradiction. Yeah.
I don't need to be the only one. I don't need to be the best one. I don't need to be the biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm happy.
Well, when you both desire each other, the sex is gonna be good for the most part, unless somebody is like really deficient, like the guy busts in 40 seconds.
Well, even then, like, is he just done then?
Mm.
Because then that doesn't gel well. But if he stays around and uses like a clit massager and finger bangs her and kisses her and rubs her titties and
Which all those things are nice, but sometimes they need to get smashed out, bro. 40 seconds
sometimes.
isn't enough. A lot of times.
Yeah, I'm saying.
It's a
What
primal.
level of effort is going into it?
Yeah, yeah.
That kind of thing turns women on.
Yeah, yeah. So I see like what you're saying because you're saying like, well, if you put in time and you do what is foreplay and you could do foreplay post as well to keep her going, then there's a relation you could work out with the relationship even if he was having issues with lasting while actually inside you.
And some chicks like doing it for a long time and like it real big, and some chicks like just getting it in and getting it out.
Well,
Everybody's different.
I don't like
So
getting
the
it in
important
and
thing
getting it
really
out.
is communicating what you like and what she likes, and then you're trying to achieve a synergy there.
Getting it in and getting it out just seems too, what's the word I want to say? Like it just seems too clinical or like too like scheduled. There seems like a lack of passion,
I mean,
right?
sometimes you just need that release, that physical release. You're like, hey,
Uh-huh.
we've both got like a half hour at the same time in the middle of the day.
Uh-huh.
Let's fucking bang one out real quick, and then eat lunch, and then go back to work.
That's super circumstantial. I guess I was talking more generally,
Oh yeah,
and but that's definitely circumstantial.
I
For
don't know
sure.
if there really is general sex.
But I have
I feel like it's
heard
different a lot.
anecdotal stories of wives treating sex like another chore that they have to do. Like, well, I got to get them sex. All right, let's get this over with. And then,
Yeah, that would be an attraction issue. That would be a communication issue.
yeah. That's what I was referring to it about it being like just like clinical or
Yeah,
just another scheduled chore or something you had to do. Something not
right.
something you were excited for. So I guess that was my karma. What were we even talking? How do we get into that?
I don't know, man, but I remember, like, well, I would say back in 12th grade, but pretty much all of school since 5th grade, just like every day, every fucking day during the same classes, I'd get erections.
I would
What's
get
that about, dude?
maybe there
That
was
happened to you? Or is
no.
that just
It
me?
wasn't a specific day. Was there a specific person, female that was around, or a
Oh,
teacher
all
maybe?
of them. I was thinking about everybody naked all the time.
What time was
As a
this?
fucking
This
boy, and
this time period. What was the exact time?
what was the exact time? Well, 12th grade was 2008, 2009.
No, what time of the day?
Oh, I think this was after lunch. I want to say it was like 6th or 7th period.
Dang, because I know testosterone spikes, but that's usually like early morning. You get your testosterone
I mean, I
spike.
probably got them early morning
It's
rangs,
the
but
morning wood, basically.
I was
But
hard all the time. Just like drop of the hat, just whoosh. There was no like middle. There's no like chub, or maybe I was just always chubbed, and then just ready to. Whoosh.
no,
Oh,
just
does she want to fuck?
you never like gradually went up in arousal. It was always just like, whoa.
Yeah, and I guess
There was
that
no
just
like,
never really went away.
There was none of that. It was
Yeah,
every time.
I was just like fucking jerking off 3 times a day. The point where like it would get sore, like I'd get friction burns on the dick.
Dude, I definitely know about those. But dude, I have come to believe that
I've come to believe, dude.
masturbation is, while not anything negative or wrong, well, just like anything else, I guess, excessive affects you detrimentally, psychologically
Oh
and
yeah,
physically. It actually affects the synergy between your biological uh, drivers that drive you to be motivated Because basically, okay, so basically, it's like the no fap theory. I think we were talking about, but basically, if you're masturbating 3 times a day, you're telling your biology that you are spreading your seed multiple times a day, so you don't need any extra energy to do anything else because you're already doing your biological function and passing your seed down. So you lose like the extra testosterone and the drive that like motivates you and gets you up every day, going every day. I've noticed a lot of people, all of course, anecdotally, a lot of successful people, they don't always have super high sex drives, or they've controlled their sex drive. They don't masturbate at all, and then maybe sex once or twice a week.
I feel like the president likes to have a lot of sex.
Yeah, I also don't see him someone that I'm thinking of, because usually these people are disciplined.
I mean, I guess that's anecdotal too. He's just one case.
Yeah, he's one case, and
I don't know about Mark Cuban, but I bet he fucks.
all his success and money.
I think
Not saying that he didn't do.
dude. Maybe Warren Buffett's getting down too. He's banging his crusty wife out, just starting little fires.
Who knows?
You know when you take like coconut, the outside of a coconut that's all fibery, that's what her like muff. That's what her muff is like. It just catches fire. There's an ember. He goes down on her. He's got no teeth, so he's just like blowing through. And just like.
Well, things about the guys like that are uber successful like that. That's interesting. Is they're like their opportunity. So it's like exponential. Once you reach certain levels of success, the amount of opportunities you get with females it grows exponentially as well. And even as you, with men, your peak form of attractiveness, if you like keep in shape, is at a much later age than women. I feel like so.
Unless you're Mickey Rourke.
So basically, the point I'm trying to make, so the guys who have stayed like faithful for 60, 70, 60 years that are in their like 80s, and they were also uber successful, I feel like they should get props because I'm sure that they had plenty of opportunities to step outside those relationships. You know what I'm saying? And passed on those. So it's the discipline aspect.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the path you choose.
Because there's tons of people who have cheated on their wives, but
what you determine
they love their wife. Yeah.
Some people's success is fucking a lot of different hot women.
Collecting
those trophies for them.
That would be that would actually be a personality defect because that's you needing to get validation from other people.
Well, I mean, maybe you just want to fuck a bunch of hot chicks.
Yeah. Or you could say
some people like to collect cards. Some people like to hunt different animals.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, like mustard packets.
I hate packets of sauce. Hate it. Like maybe the little dipping container ones are okay.
It is a lot of extra plastic.
Like say I want ketchup, right? If I really want ketchup for something, I need like 7 packets.
Oh yeah. It's never enough.
It's too much work, really, is the problem. And if I'm ready to eat fast food, I'm ready to eat. I'm not ready to stop.
I just never use ketchup. If the fries are good, the fries are good.
Yeah.
If they're not, I get something else.
Might just
get a sandwich. Boom. I'll just get 2 sandwiches. You get a fire sandwich. The Popeye spicy chicken sandwich is so good, but
2 of them is a lot of food. I did that before.
One of them is fine.
Yeah, I did that before. I got 2 sandwiches. Like, oh yeah, I'm hungry as fuck. I'm gonna get 2 sandwiches. And I was, those. It was like that food coma. Like when you're done, you're like, oh fuck, I'm not doing shit for the next hour and a half, 2 hours.
I might fall asleep. That's what I'm doing.
It's evening time too.
I'm fighting to stay awake.
Yeah,
you're at work.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, fucking Popeyes, man. They're only like 75%, or I'm sorry, they're only 25% like getting my order correct the first time.
What is different about your order that keeps getting wrong?
I don't know. I think it's the number 8 or a number 9. I say number 8 spicy.
Mm-hmm. And what gets wrong
with fries and Dr. Pepper or whatever the fuck they have, and a biscuit on the side. And then I always get the classic.
Oh, instead of the spicy?
So much mayo on both sides, and I don't like mayonnaise.
I wonder if
and I
that's
want
got to be
spicy.
a location-specific thing because I've never had that issue.
Yeah, the one out on Highway 10,
Mhm.
across from the Kroger, next to Bojangles.
Oh, yeah. You might need to go to a different one, bro.
Yeah, but that's the one right next to work. That's the one I can go that way and still get home.
Dude, you're going to either need to call and complain.
Fucking Prince or something.
Call and complain about it, or you're going to have to be that guy who gets their food handed to him in the window and just sits there and opens their shit up and just goes to the food right at the window, even though everyone inside hates that shit.
No, I'll pull forward and check it. I mean, I'll go in there, and I waited in line like 20 minutes to get my shit fixed.
Ooh.
I was like, come the fuck on.
Damn.
It was like my whole lunch break. I get an hour. I spent it at fucking Popeyes trying to get a goddamn chicken sandwich.
Oh, and you just wanted a spicy chicken sandwich.
But that shit is so good that I keep going back.
It really is.
And I'm a masochist. So.
It's a bun. The bun is good. Really, it's the same piece of chicken. It's just that spicy sauce, but the spicy sauce is so delicious on it. Mm-hmm. And it's just that right amount of kick, too. That right, like, tolerable, like, this has got kick to it, but no pain. You know?
Yeah.
That perfect spice.
It's good shit, man. You should get one. Go out and get one. Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Maybe I'll go get one today before work. Maybe that's what I'll eat today.
Nice.
Little spicy chicken sandwich. Well, I could probably make one at work. But actually, we don't have... They don't.
Can't make a Popeyes.
Zaxby's doesn't have the fillets anymore, and Zaxby's fillets were actually pretty good. Yeah, they were getting... The fillets were getting slept on.
That Nashville chicken sandwich that they had for a minute, it was like a monthly promotion.
Mm.
It was good shit.
Ooh. That filet was actually pretty good. They're supposed to be bringing a new sandwich back in like January or something.
What's the promotion this month?
I don't think we're not running any promotions as far as like.
Do they still have that big family pack?
Yeah. They're just not running any like new like LTO item.
Okay.
They just finished off those salads in the Sensation.
Oh, that's done? Yeah, get that healthy bullshit.
They were just like while supplies last, so maybe if stores had extra stockpiles of,
they'll still sell them while they have it, but
yeah, we're phasing out the pickles right now.
Pickles,
the fried pickles.
Oh, fried pickles. Yeah.
We don't even have
Sonic
regular
never had
pickles.
piccolos while I worked for him.
Yeah, but
Not
I went to like
I was at
some southern Georgia stores and they had the fried pickles.
Yeah, I bet. We gotta get them fried pickles.
Yeah, I never really understood a
did
lot
they
of their
sell?
menu choices.
They just had so many different things on the menu. It's crazy.
It's like 6 different, like Zaxby. So they do a ton of chicken, right? But they only got like 3 types of chicken. Sonic is not even. It's like technically a burger joint, you know.
Yeah.
And they had like sometimes up to 6 different.
And they've
types
only
of
got like
chicken.
3 burgers on the menu.
And it's just all types of chicken. You had popcorn chicken, fingers, fillets, grilled chicken. Then you had ultimate chicken at some points as well.
Yep.
So there's 6 different types of chicken for a burger joint who also has hot
boneless
dogs.
wings.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. I forgot about the boneless wings, too. So, yeah, there was times where you had, like, dude, there's an insane amount of different types.
And they're just always changing their chicken tenders. Well, turns out the last 3 times that chicken was bullshit, but now we got it right.
Dude, I never really fucked with the chicken fingers there that much. They seemed bland to me. You had to have sauce for their fingers. You had to have sauce.
Yeah. I never did it without.
Their fingers
crazy. Well, some of their barbecue sauces were good.
Like, so Zaxby's definitely want Zax sauce, right?
And then the signature sauce was all right.
I could eat a Zaxby's breaded finger without the sauce and be all right if I just didn't have it. I'm like, oh, it's still good. But Sonic's, I don't know. Sonic, I did like their fries. Actually, potatoes just my number one weakness. Fried potatoes, or even baked potatoes. Any kind of potatoes. You can cut it any way.
Potatoes are good.
Shoestring.
You're an Ohio boy.
boy.
I
Cubed,
love
like
potatoes
diced, not
too.
diced, but like the bigger chunk cubes,
Uh-huh.
baked with some
Kristen does that stuff.
some like garlic and
Yep.
shit on
Garlic
it.
and herb, butter.
Yeah. It's a wrap, boy.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
I'm a potato eating fanatic. Yeah, definitely from Ohio though.
It's got me chubbed up too.
My number one weakness is like some fresh French fries. Some fresh, salty French fries. It's a wrap.
Not that fucking bland ass crinkle cut shit though.
I love crinkle cut. That's why I love
But not
Zaxby's.
bland.
Oh, not bland. But I don't like Steak and Shakes fries. I don't like the shoestring bullshit. I don't want to have to hold 100 fries to get a bite.
Right. Yeah, I don't mind just because I'm used to like shoveling food into my mouth.
I hate it. You have to get like.
And I like their little pepper sauce. So I just put that on the fries and I'll eat them with a fork. I'll just.
Sometimes I will put ketchup and salt in the fries and just eat it with the fork instead of dipping.
I usually don't do the ketchup. I don't know why. I like ketchup and I put it on things.
Fresh fries.
But like when I order a burger, I don't get it with ketchup a lot of times because I don't like the ketchup all warm.
You don't like the ketchup?
Like a McDonald's burger with ketchup on it. It's like, I don't know, man. Like the ketchup, you barely notice it's there. You taste the vinegar like on your sixth chew. You're like, oh, there's some ketchup on this. I like to feel the cold ketchup. Like,
so you like to put it on yourself.
That burger's hot, but that ketchup is cold. And there it is. There's that ketchup, boy.
Is your mind thinking that it's like fresher?
Yeah, I guess. Because, like, oh, the temperature hasn't, like, this ketchup has just been applied.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a disgusting smell for me. The mixture.
I know, yeah.
The mixture of ketchup and eggs.
Oh, ketchup and eggs.
Yes.
Now, when I first met you, just the smell of ketchup, like the amount of ketchup that I put on my burgers was too much for you.
Dude, it was, and I feel like I I would say about how ketchup and eggs was disgusting. Like the smell of hot ketchup is disgusting.
Yeah.
So, but I do like ketchup, and so I understand, but just the smell of hot ketchup when it's a lot, and it's just, it just reminds me, I don't know why, it's going to sound fucked up, it just reminds me of trailer trash. I don't know what maybe I was hanging out with somebody.
What about steak and ketchup?
Who was, I felt that way about them, and then they ate eggs and ketchup, and I was like, ugh, that's Mountain Dew. And I attributed it to like a nasty trailer trash thing. Not saying that all people from trailer parks are trash either.
But they are.
But you have a high probability of being trash.
I'm trash.
Might be
a heart.
I mean, most of us aren't royalty anyway, so
yeah.
Who are we all really?
I mean, it's not a crime to be trash. So
true. Not a crime, or not something you can.
Etiquette is something that was made up.
True.
And that everybody bought into.
It was people who didn't practice it as a separation tool.
Were filed to the bottom, and the people who knew it and did practice it were in the special club at the top.
Yeah. So it's like they created their own way to like distinguish themselves from others. Which is a lot of like.
Just give me 1 fork, 1 spoon, and 2 knives.
Forks. I need 3 spoons, 2 butter knives, a steak knife, and 4 glasses.
And now I do.
For my 7-course.
I'm going to be honest with you.
For my 7-course meal that I eat.
I'll use a pint glass for my beers, unless it's a Pilsner, and then I'll use a Pilsner glass. Mm-hmm. I will use, a rocks glass for a whiskey. I will use a shot glass for a shot of whiskey. Mm-hmm. I will use, a champagne flute for champagne. I'll use a wine glass. I'll use a stemmed wine glass for white wine. I'll use a stemless wine glass for red wine. Mm-hmm. I use a Collins glass for, like a Long Island. I like to use the right glasses for the right drinks.
Is that not also something that's made up, the right glass for the right drink?
There is a little bit, I think, of science behind it.
There's like science behind the Pilsner glass?
Like the way the glass opens up. Like some some people make classes specifically for their beers and stuff. Like, okay, it's best when it gets to this mixture of oxygen with your drink or whatever. I don't know. I don't know all this bullshit behind it, but let's just assume I'm right here.
What, you're not a brewmaster and glass blowing expert?
Yeah.
Fucking piece of shit. What
I
are you
don't know.
doing with your spare time?
But this is a good way to get fucking super buzzed in the morning.
I'm buzzing pretty hard. I just realized I'm buzzing like fuck. And I just realized my cup is empty as well.
Uh-oh.
But the point, I didn't realize I drank the whole thing. And it's also early in the AM and have not eaten anything for breakfast.
So I guess we're trash.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Interesting.
I never lived in a trailer, but I did plenty of trashy things. Had plenty of trashy upbringings, and the older I get, the more I start noticing that. Like when I recount my childhood memories.
Oh, because so basically you're saying like maybe like the rose-colored view of the memory. You're getting the more objective view of like past events and like the way things went on. You're like, oh shit! Like just once you gain more knowledge and experience, then you look at the past with a different lens.
One time, driving back from Wisconsin with my mom and her boyfriend at the time, Tim, the father of my brothers and two of my sisters.
Uh-huh.
We get pulled over and they search the Suburban. And in the glove compartment, under like a fucking sea of saltwater taffy wrappers, inside the baby wipes, I guess there was some weed. And that he also had an outstanding warrant.
Damn.
So they arrested him.
Jeez.
Like we were out, we had to get out of the Suburban while they searched it.
And you got to think that's
We're on the side of the road. I got a baby sister. My mom isn't like comfortable driving the big ass Suburban, but now she has to. We're in between Wisconsin and Michigan.
Damn.
We got to go, through Illinois and back up around, I guess, into Indiana and then into Michigan, Southwest Michigan. We're about an hour and a half into the state. Fucking crazy, dude. I got a ton of those stories from my childhood.
Did he so I don't know, maybe not back then, but like these days they would have thrown on like a bunch of like child endangerment or child abuse because you had the drugs with kids in the car.
Well, there was some of
and
that
shit
too.
Like that.
One time he his oldest daughter, Crystal, was being fucking mouthy. She was a teenager, right? She's in high school.
Yeah.
She's at that age where, it's about time to get slutty and you hate your dad and shit.
Heard.
Now he's with my mom, not her mom. And he meant to hit her forehand, but he caught her backhand and her eye bruised. And so she called CPS.
Ooh.
And they showed up at the house and they had like a talk with my mom and Tim. It was fucking crazy. And like she was telling the neighborhood that my mom was like a witch who was abusive to them. I was like, what? My mom was the nicest person. Did you meet her at the wedding?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's like uncomfortably nice.
Oh, I know that too. I didn't get that vibe for her, but I also didn't have any like real extended amount of time interacting with her as well, though. So I wouldn't say that I met her though.
Yep, but I feel like I get most of my best qualities from her. But I also get like neuroses and anxiety and this eye vein, stuff like that. But my other good looks and just the general good naturedness of myself.
Okay,
A little humble brag, but mom did okay.
Okay.
She raised me with my grandparents. My dad was around.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see him that often growing up.
I guess it was similar with me actually, as far as grew up with my mom. Uh, Definitely. Now she went through a change. She was really hard and really strict when I was younger,
Yeah.
and there was definitely moments. I wouldn't say that she regretted the way she raised me or that I regret the way she raised me, but there was definitely moments where she went way harder than was necessary, or even just moments that she regretted where she went too far trying to raise a son, you know, and we're Latino too. So you already got that fiery, that wild instinct, so there was definitely moments where it was a little too much. Dude, I would get grounded for months at a time. There wasn't like you're grounded for a week.
Oh yeah, we got like a week, 2 weeks. No, give me that Game Boy Advance.
Did
No
you
TV. Don't
yeah,
even be in the same room as a TV.
your school week was what, 4 9-week sessions?
Oh, I don't
Like
know.
quarters? Was it in quarters or was it in a
Yeah, we had quarters.
Yeah. So if I did bad one quarter, I would be grounded for the whole next quarter
Oh yeah.
until the next grades come out.
I bet your grades would be better that second quarter.
Hell yeah, dude. And grounded was
Damn, Mom, I want to watch TV.
no
Survivor's
TV.
on.
Dude, it was Legos in the room. Just
Oh,
Legos.
we had Legos in the basement.
Just me in my room by myself for 9 weeks.
We had one of those
Playing with
totes full of them. And Legos are fucking expensive.
Yeah, they're expensive. I didn't have a shit ton.
But they weren't as expensive then.
Yeah, they were definitely
We probably got them secondhand. We got a lot of stuff secondhand. But you know what? It's just as fucking good. I'm trash.
But yeah, I would be grounded for extended lengths of time. Oh, an absurd. Some would be like, compared to what some people got, which is like, I was never grounded or never even spanked.
I wasn't really spanked. My dad never spanked me, and my mom did. But once I hit like middle school, I just started laughing at her.
Yeah, it was mostly my mom, and it was like mostly basically the belt. It was basically like, and a lot of minorities could attest to the belt weapons. It was like, well, mine, I had to pull my pants and underwear down too. So you got the bare ass meat,
But
with leather strap.
we got other more creative punishments like solitary confinement. I never got that, but my brothers did. Justin in particular got solitary confinement a lot, and he was like only allowed to read the Bible.
No, what is it like? So just stay in your room.
Stay in your room. No video games. No TV. No toys. Just sleep and stare at the wall.
Damn. See, I had Legos, but it was basically
But you can read the
same
Bible.
thing. That was after you got the shit beat out of you.
Sometimes they did, but we would get like they would rub soap into their fingers and then rub it into your tongue. Like, open up and stick your tongue out, and they rub it into the back of your tongue.
Ugh.
When I say they, it was Tim. I think my mom did me one time because I put salt and pepper on my Jell-O and I didn't eat it.
That's funny. Salt and pepper on your Jell-O?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I remember that was shortly after moving to that place. That was when I changed schools in the 3rd grade. There's a lot of crazy shit that happened. I think I talked about pissing myself.
Possibly. I know there was at least 2 times where I got to stay home from school. For sure one time. And I remember I got I got the Fury swipes, really. Dude, I swear, this is what it felt like. Basically, it felt like, and my mom's Puerto Rican, 100% Puerto Rican. So at this point, I'm probably about 5'11". So I'm pretty tall. She's what, 5'1".
Yeah.
And I just remember like her reaching up and slapping me, and I was like in the air like a combo in a video game, just like catch like a 4 slap combo, and then just fucking boom. But and then that was like first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning. I forget what. I don't remember what was the catalyst for the situation. Now, I usually don't feel like any of them were 100% unjustified as far as the causation of a punishment needing to be dealt. But obviously a little too far. But she didn't want me to go to school with those fresh marks on my cheeks. So I didn't go to school that day. And we went out and got food and went shopping and stuff. I think she took off of work too. I think that was definitely an instance where she knew it was too much. And then I'd say like a year or two later was the last time ever. I wasn't getting spanked that much. I was in high school at this point. I wasn't getting spanked at all, really. But there was definitely a moment where I don't know. I probably said something smart as fuck right to her face. But I remember she slapped me and I got pissed. It was like the first time where it wasn't like a little boy getting punished. It was like, obviously I was still a young
Now she's
man.
challenging your authority.
Not even authority, just like, okay, I'm not a little kid anymore. Maybe I'm not a man, but I'm an
Yeah.
adolescent.
You can't do this to me. I'm bigger than you.
Yeah, it's just like, and I just got pissed. I wasn't gonna hit her back, but I got super physically angry. Obviously, I got slapped in the face, but she got scared for a second, because I was like one of those, you know what I'm saying? And that was like the first time where she did something physical, and there was just like no real reaction to her physicality except for anger for the fact that she got physical. You know what I'm saying? And that was the last time she ever got physical with me again. I mean, obviously, it wasn't the last time we had like conflict, but it was strictly verbal after that.
Mm.
And maybe that was kind of what led to our estrangement, because she just always wanted like strict punishment, and then once she couldn't physically beat me anymore, she got frustrated with not being able to like have 100% control. She was very controlling at that point, I guess. So once she couldn't physically, and then I just had my own mind, teenager, and then like that was her number one. She didn't develop any other strategies, and so once that strategy didn't work anymore, she like there wasn't too much left in the toolbox.
She's like, all right, I guess this is what they're doing.
And then like boom, I'm fed up now. I don't know what else to do. Go live with your dad. So yep.
I got an ultimatum from my dad.
Oh yeah?
He's like, come live with me or don't come back.
Damn.
So I didn't talk to him for a few months.
Yeah, I didn't talk to my mom for like a year.
I like dropped one of my last names at school. Started writing the other one on my papers.
Dang.
My teachers were like, is this you? Like, yeah.
What did it say? Just Devin Malnar?
Yeah.
Dang.
That was 9th grade.
Ooh. Did I mention to you that my dad wanted me to? I feel like I might have mentioned that. My dad wanted me to mention to me that he would like me to change my last name.
To Williams?
Yeah. And it was weird because when he had thought about it, when he mentioned it to me.
You could hyphenate your name.
Yeah.
You could do it like me.
Ortiz, well, I don't know.
Are you a bastard?
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of
fits. But Ortiz Williams doesn't flow, man.
My
You need that
dad.
flow. You need that
Well,
flow.
typically, like when Mexicans do it, it's pretty typical for them to have 2 last names. It's usually the maternal name and then the paternal name last.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And then the paternal name is what gets passed down. And then whoever you marry or have a kid with is then that child's maternal name.
Okay. This seems like a lot.
But then now chicks are like, well, why does it need to be paternal? Why can't it be maternal?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, the maternal one is paternal already. Like, what? I mean, I get what you're saying, I guess. So I didn't find my wife. She didn't change her name. She likes it. Like, all right, whatever. But we had some discussions about what our kids would be named that I wasn't super happy with. But
Ooh.
I guess it's not ultimately that important or important at all, really. It's just an
If it is, it
identifier.
is. Though, right? Like,
But
if it's
like
something that
actually
means something to
important,
you,
like yeah,
no,
but
that's
why does
bullshit.
it?
Because everything that's important is subjective, like that. So, right? So everything that's important to everybody is subjective to their own personal, wants and desires.
Right, but then
So
I
for
examine why I want that at all.
mm,
And I can't think of like an actual good reason why I want that. It's just the way that it is. And
but
that's
but that's bullshit because what you're countering is the exact same argument is that like that's what she wants. So you're analyzing yours and discrediting your own want or desire just so she can get her want/desire. You see what I'm saying? So you're trivializing your own as it's not important. But if that was the case, then what she wanted in this situation wouldn't be important either.
right.
So why give in so easily?
Because it's not really about winning. It's about having a good relationship.
So would you say that you do more of the giving in than the other?
I don't know. I try not to keep score.
No, not keep score, but as far as you can kind of feel when there's a balance, and you can kind of feel when it's not necessarily obviously even like one for one, but you can feel when there's at least a willingness on the other side to give in or not give in, but compromise just as much as you.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times it's one person is much more willing to compromise in general as their personality trait. So they end up compromising. They end up giving in a lot more than the other person because the other person isn't more suscept or acceptable for compromises, like really maybe headstrong about things. So I would just say, just be careful of it becoming like one sided, where you could just get in the habit of like just logically looking at it. And it's like, oh, it's really not that important, and just letting everything go. And
Right.
all of a
I
sudden,
mean, that's a good way to live life, stoically.
stoically, but that doesn't mean that things aren't important to you.
Right, but when things are actually important, they can be important. But if
Mm,
they're not, it's easiest and best for you to just let them go,
potentially.
especially if it helps the
If you can let
relationship.
them go. But see, I think a lot of people say they let things go. Most of the time, they're really not 100% let go, and there's still that little something deep down where they still want that thing or wish that it went a different way.
It's
You know what I'm
human,
saying?
baby. It's human. Everybody's like
So,
that. It's never going to be perfect.
oh, never going to be perfect. That's why like the dating process is important, just to make sure you find someone whose path and their goals are similar. So that way you
Right.
don't get to a point where you want to go east and
You
this
need to find
person's
someone who
like, well, I
compliments
want to
you.
go west. And you're like, oh fuck, well, we're married with and kids now, and now you want to go west and I want to go east. Now it's a problem. But that
So, boom, you go north or south. You meet in the middle.
potentially a lot of times it ends up with divorce. Like say
Well,
like one person becomes super religious in the
because they don't
relationship.
compromise.
Like one person, like neither one was super. Yeah, but like once you make a like, especially for like the religious thing, there's not a lot of room for compromising once you take the religious moral route.
Well, who's doing that?
Hmm?
Who's doing that?
There's tons of people who aren't as religious, and it happens a lot with women who like maybe grew up kind of religious but weren't that into it. But then once they had a family and kids, then they become super devout, and the guy's like, "Well, no, I'm not. Yeah, like I'm raised Christian, but I'm not really all that into it." And then her becoming more devout and him still staying here becomes an issue for her because then he's doing things that he used to do that were normal before are all of a sudden
Well, right, yeah.
sinful.
When you
You know
when
what I'm
you
saying?
change, sure, when you change that drastically, but
And that's what I was saying, like
I don't know how common that is.
a change in trajectory. That's just an example of that type of thing. Like sometimes, and this is all anecdotal, sometimes people say they want kids and then get married and then be like, nah, I don't actually want kids anymore.
Yeah.
Now that we're married. And that's not fair to the other person when it happens on either side. And
Right.
That's what I'm saying about like when one person all of a sudden wants to go east and one wants to go west. That's when it throws it off.
That can happen.
Mm.
People change. People grow. Some people don't grow. Some people aren't introspective at all.
True, true. Even thinking about that situation is already like for someone to think that way, or at least look at situations that way. I would say is a good quality to look for in a significant other. Someone who does look, even not saying that all of their decisions become perfect or anything like that, but just who at least thinks that way, humble enough to make change, like humble enough to be able to recognize faults, even though they're maybe confident person. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway,
Let's
let's
not
see.
pretend like I didn't fuck a girl 3 times in the back seat of my Impala in a parking garage in Gainesville. All right.
But that's irrelevant to the relationship conversation, right? Because that was way before. So, but it is an interesting anecdote, and it shows yourself that one, you have the capability to do stuff like that, and just the skills to do it or whatever. So
Yeah. I mean, I was growing up with non-existent titties in the park.
you at the very end of the day, you know that you're not just some like goody two shoe. Like you know what I'm saying, you have a balance. You've got your balance in order of light and dark, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's a constant struggle,
Mm-hmm.
but you just try to stay active, be proactive.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to get better about like I guess meditating, but not even necessarily like meditating as formally as that. Just definitely just quiet time. Like sometimes in the car, just no audio, just quiet time and let thoughts run. So, because I feel like, at least for me anyway, I get caught up in like there's just always input. Like wake up, you look at your phone, you're looking at apps, then you go, you're driving, you're listening to podcasts, input, input, input. Then you go to work, you're doing that job, you're getting the input on your screens or whatever. From what, and there's no time for your brain to actually digest and run through things and run through thoughts and even wander. Your brain needs time to wander and think about things. And I think that's what leads to people like who like they're like, oh, I tried to go to sleep and my brain just started racing. And it's like, yeah, because that was the first time in like 36 hours where you just stopped input and let some output happen. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
yeah.
So I'm definitely trying to be more mindful of that and more mindful of just quiet time, even if it's not like specifically sitting down in some like yogi pose or whatever, but just no input while I'm cooking. You know, like I don't need to listen to music while I do everything. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit more quiet time. I guess that's getting a little bit closer to being more stoic. Definitely taking more time for just thought
Mm-hmm.
and shit like that.
Yeah, just reflect on your day and
Mm-hmm.
your decisions. Did
Yeah, for
they
sure.
lead you toward your goal?
Mm-hmm.
Was that battle that you had today? Did you need to have that battle?
Yeah, or just maybe it wasn't the wrong.
Did the bad thing that happened to you, was it really that bad?
Yeah, was it really that bad? But I look at it more like not as everything as far as black and white. Like, okay, that wasn't bad, but how could I have done that better? Or man, I just wish I didn't say that one part. I got a little bit more emotional in that moment, and I said this when I could have just kept that out and still been like where I needed to be as far as getting my point across. Shit like that, where you just start strengthening already. Like I had a good argument. This is where I could get it better, or this is they poked a hole in it and I didn't realize it at first, or I wasn't in the moment. It's hard to change your thought in the moment, and then you have that reflection time afterwards. Like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
maybe I need to adjust the way they were kind of right there.
Yeah, that's the stoic thing to do is adjust and not to
Mm.
wallow in it.
Mm. Like, damn, I fucked up, but I'll just remember that for next
Boom,
time.
just a willingness to learn and be wrong.
Mm.
Okay, let me consider this other perspective seriously.
Yeah.
Maybe it's better. If it is, I'll change.
Mm.
You know, you're not whatever thought that you have. You can always change your mind.
Ooh.
You shouldn't have to go on a list.
Going off that what you just said with you're not just a thought you have, and then like as far as like you want to make changes, you have to let go of all the bad things. Like there's times for me specifically like first, so you got to let go of all the past. So there's times for me where I'd be like, I did this back then. So people are I'll be like, oh, people are always gonna remember that. Like I was lame this one time and I did this, so I can never be this popular, successful guy because I was I was lame one time. I'll like let things hold me back. I'm like, dang, I had all these DUIs. I can't do this. I can't do that anymore. Stuff like that. But having to let that stuff go and move forward, not letting past events hold you back from progressing forward. Because I've definitely had that before. That thought process. Maybe I can't be successful. Somebody's gonna bring something lame up, and nobody will like me. But then you really think about all the like scandals that people that you like have been through, and they end up just fine, or they have really embarrassing stories from the past too. So.
Oh yeah. If you ever think like people forgot about those embarrassing stories that you think about, they fucking haven't. I remember Johnny Blaze at least once every other week in middle school tried to do karaoke of Jimmy Eat World the middle. He fucking just struggled all the way through that song. It's at least 3 minutes just in front of everybody in an auditorium. Just it was fucking atrocious. I can't believe he did it. Like he didn't know the song at all. Why'd you do it?
Damn, that's crazy.
Or he did, and he just got so nervous that he froze. But
Oof.
either way, man, I think about that all the time. So don't think you're off the fucking hook.
Yeah. So that's where my mind goes to, like shit like that. But I guess at the end of the day, for that person, Johnny Blaze, which is a pretty crazy name to have in the
Yeah,
first
it is.
place. It's a pretty fucking ridiculous name, but he can't let that story like define him for his future. You know what I'm saying? Like he could still be a badass guy, even though he was like really lame at that one point in his life.
I think he opened like a store where they sell like Warhammer 40K or whatever it is, and, like Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon.
Hey, whatever you're into, you can be successful in lots of different.
He opened a nerd palace essentially.
Ooh, a nerd palace.
I need to go to the one downtown when things open back up, and
Well, they
get some
moved that
extra
one
dice.
to where that's what's that Jimmy sub whatever sub
Yeah,
shop.
yeah, over there by the AutoZone or whatever.
Yeah, they moved that
By
other
the
nerd
Bombas.
palace over there. I haven't been to a nerd palace in a minute. I just go in and look at stuff. They got a hella figurines. And
Oh, I've
shit.
never been in.
Oh yeah, I've been in a couple times. I'll just go. I'm a peruser. I'll just go and browse. I'm like, wow, look at all these nerdy shit. I'm like, oh shit, it's like
I'm telling you, dude, we got to start
nerds doing nerdy things
a
in the
Dungeons
wild.
and Dragons campaign.
Possibly, I don't know.
I've done quite a few at this point.
Mm-hmm. They have some series. I don't know if it's
It's
Dungeons and
fun.
Dragons. Maybe it's World of Warcraft thing, but they've got like the characters and they build like castles and like little things. And I don't know.
There's figurines for Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm.
If you get to that level, some people just use fucking popsicle sticks.
Ah, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, they had
It is
definitely
nerdy,
like,
but it gives you a
elaborate
chance
setups.
to act and just like create something with your friends while you have fun playing it.
Yeah, I definitely not knocking it. I don't have the super interest in it, but I go and peruse. I'm like, oh damn, like some stuff is pretty admirable, like the things they create. So check it out. Check out them nerds. I want to go to Dragon Con.
I don't have a whole lot of interest in that,
I'm
dressing up.
I want to dress up and
I
go to
wouldn't mind
Dragon
seeing
Con.
some dressed up hoes.
Oh, ho-hos, you say?
Yeah.
Hoes, you say?
Say,
You want
hey, Mama,
a little Chung Lee?
how's about that moonlit stroll on the beach?
That is too funny. But yeah, I want to dress up. I was thinking about getting a costume for Halloween this year, but then it was like 2 weeks out. And I'm like, let me check out costumes. The delivery date for everything was like December. I was like, what the fuck? I'm trying to get a fucking costume for party 2 weeks from now. So I didn't even go to the party.
You didn't even go to the party?
I ended up having to close that on Halloween night.
Ah,
So
man.
that fucked
you
it
get
up.
fucked. You gotta get out of there, dude.
And then by the time I got out, I was going to still go afterwards. It was supposed to be like an all-night, pretty big event thing that they were doing. But by the time afterwards, I was just tired as fuck. And I was just like, by the time I went home and showered, I was like, fuck it. Because I would have had to drive another like 35 minutes to get back to the place.
We got them blackout dates coming up.
And then either
Black
camp
Friday.
or sleep in my car. And you know your boy loves first world comforts. I mean, I can do outdoor activities, but when I rest my head, I need a first world bed, not a camping sleeping bag.
I can
Not
sleep
me.
anywhere, anytime.
I mean, I just don't want to. Right? Like we went thousands of years developing and creating technologies to not have to sleep outside.
Yeah, but then it turns out we're unhappy.
True.
And then
But
we sleep outside once a year, and then we're like,
what are we like again?
ah.
Oh God, yeah, nature. Now that's what I'm saying. You can do activities and get that same feeling without sleeping outside.
I've spent an hour and a half starting this fire. It feels so good.
Now let me go inside my $30,000 camper and go to sleep in a bed.
Oh, is that a bear? I'll just pretend I'm dead for the next 2 hours. I hope I don't die.
Dude, bear attack sounds scary as shit.
I'm gonna lift my food up 20 feet in the air so a bear doesn't come and get it.
Like, I watch grizzly bear fights. That shit is powerful. That shit, you can just feel the power in the strikes that they're doing
See
against
the
each
shock
other.
waves going through them.
Yes, that, and with some decent speed, and I'm like, oh, that's a wrap. This is no contest. Like, if I don't have a gun and this nigga's pissed,
They're like
it's a
12
wrap.
feet tall.
Yeah, and it's just boom. He's like just I'm sliced open and dying already.
It's like getting in a fight with Shaquille O'Neal's dad.
I'm just like it's
I
no.
imagine he was a real giant, right?
I don't know, and I'm sure Shaquille was probably taller than him.
Yeah.
He's usually how those extreme.
But I like to
Cases
think of
go.
it as like a Russian doll type of situation.
Oh, like Shaquille was a smaller version of the bigger doll.
Yeah. And then his dad's dad was just like God or something.
Right.
And then Shaq became Kazam.
Oh shit, that would be a nice origin story for Kazan. Probably would have been way better than whatever story they made up for that movie. Holy fuck.
And video game.
Oh, and a video game? The marketing, like none of it was quality, but it was purely just Shaq. So people are gonna buy it and check it out at least a certain amount to make this profitable. So we don't care how terrible any of it is. As long as we get to use your name. That's crazy power marketing. To create an inferior product intentionally. Maybe not intentionally. I guess they thought they could have been interesting, but to know that it's not good, but still just, hey, we're going to put this out and still make some money. Fuck it.
As long as you see the title.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I got to see the Shaq. He's
Shaq's
a
in
good
a
basketball
movie?
player.
It's one of my favorite players.
That Shaq can hit a free throw.
Dude, he used to dunk on people so crazy. Because especially back when he was with the Lakers, he was fucking huge.
Can he just stay under the net?
Dude, he was just not just tall, but physically
Or just massive?
large. Yeah. Like he put on muscle and just some straight up weight after the Magic when he went to Lakers. And just like the hoop when he would dunk, just everything felt small. Like the ball was small, the rim was everything was just small. If he two-handed it, it looked like a kid on one of those little fucking little kiddie hoops.
What's that Louisiana school in the SEC?
LSU?
LSU, yeah. So My dad worked with a guy, JR, a real character.
Mm.
Guy always has tall tales. So he was at LSU at the same time as Shaq.
Mm.
And Shaq's sitting on the steps. He's got a bunch of girls around him. I think he's in like the cafeteria or whatever. And JR approaches him. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm a big fan. Can I get an autograph?" He's like, "Nah, I'm chilling." He's like, "You got like 12 girls here."
Mm.
"Nah, I'm chilling."
Dude, that seems like a standard. Like, I'm super cool. I just wanted to be cool. He wanted to say something cool in front of all those women. Not only did somebody come up and ask him for an autograph, but he had this like super cool, like, no, I don't need the gratification or the identity. Like, I don't need to get the gratification from you
That's not. I
Give,
mean,
by
they
giving
want
you an
something from you at
autograph.
that point. They're like, I don't give a fuck about your gratification. This might be worth something. I want to get this.
Mm.
You know, it's probably not that for. It's different things for both of those people.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying for him, like, as far as trying to impress the girls,
Yeah.
the subtext.
Or maybe he was chilling and he just has like a hard and fast rule. I don't do autographs, so I'm chilling.
Bro, I'm chilling. I'm not doing no fucking autograph.
I'm chilling. Icy hot.
Yeah, but I've heard he's always had that like that goofy sense of humor. So I wonder if possibly he just thought it would be funny to act that way.
Could be.
Like,
Or
like
JR just completely made that story up.
Ooh.
He's got one about Steven Seagal too.
Steven Seagal. He says Seagal.
He's in this bar in Louisiana,
Mm.
and he looks up and Steven Seagal's in the top rafters, and he gives him a look. There's a twinkle in his eye, and Seagal turns around and walks away, and he says, "Seagal, fight me." And he just left.
Damn. So he stared down Seagal.
Yeah.
I hate that you keep saying Seagal throughout that whole story. I hated it every time it was uttered. I'm like, oh.
Oh, here's all 200 of his movies, 196 of which were self-produced. Where's my niece? To the wrist. Just like wrist locks and looking for his niece. There's like a submarine or a train. That's basically every movie.
My favorite one of his was probably Hard to Kill.
Steven Seagal is hard to kill.
Where they thought they killed him, but he wasn't dead. He was in a hospital, in a coma, under a John Doe name. Then he comes back and all his muscles are atrophied. And this lady helps him escape. And she happens to have a family house, which the parents are away from, which is like basically a little Japanese dojo. And Steven Seagal starts training and hitting boards and meditating and burning incense in this lady's dojo. And then, boom, the bad guys find out where he's at. They come through, and there's huge gunfights and karate kicks. I don't know how gunfights and karate kicks end up mixing, because usually a gun's pretty overpowerful, but it happens when you're Steven Seagal. And he ended up killing everybody and winning at the end.
No, I always...
There's definitely a montage. This was the 90s. There was definitely a montage.
I always remember Matt Pear's 13th birthday party where we went to the movies, and it was Cradle to the Grave with DMX.
DMX, yeah.
And who I thought was Steven Seagal. But
Jet Li?
Yeah, definitely.
Steven Seagal. I thought it was Steven Seagal. Turned out to be a really short Asian man.
Yeah, it's just never who I think it is.
Turned out to be a Chinese person. Super Chinese as well. But yeah, definitely fun movie. Cradle to the Grave. A lot of dope scenes. Is that the one that had Aaliyah in it as well?
I thought that was something with Wesley Snipes.
Because I know he did
Wasn't
one
it
with
Blade?
Aaliyah that was almost like similar, like him basically crossing over into the
It was
black
like
community.
Queen of the Damned.
Oh no, not that one. Hold on, but that one was a good one. That was a vampire movie. You know what's Romeo Must Die. You know what's crazy? I literally have a computer here with the internet, and I got my phone out and opened up the internet browser to search that. But yeah, Romeo Must Die. Very similar to Cradle to the Grave, though, as far as overall what the market they were trying to tap into. But I watched all of them because maybe not too prominent. I mean, the Wu Tang kind of made it prominent, but there's a big following of like kung fu type stuff in the black community. You know, they definitely like their Bruce Lee's, Jet Lee's, Jackie Chan, shit like that's why those like Romeo Must Die, Cradle to the Grave, Rush Hour, those combos always did so well in the box office. Black people love them Asian man kicking and shit.
Yeah, it's cool.
What you doing over there, buddy?
I was trying to get it to
Fuck you doing?
do the shit. You know what I mean. Cradle to
Oh.
the Grave. Here it is.
There you
Pulling
go.
it up. Wikipedia. Who's in it?
DMX
DMX.
Jet
Jet
Li.
Li. Yep.
and
I don't really remember what happened.
other black people. Cradle to the Grave. DMX and another black guy.
Gabrielle Union.
Yeah, they were thieves. I want to say they were thieves.
Anthony Anderson was in
Anthony
it.
Anderson. That's
Tom
right.
Arnold was in it.
That's back when Tom Arnold was
Randy
in everything.
Couture was in it. Fight Club fighter number 8. Tito Ortiz as Cage Fighter. Chuck Liddell as Cage Fighter.
Damn.
Okay. Daniel Day Kim is in there.
Definitely a good cast. Well, I guess back then the MMA fighters were less well known because I remember it wasn't a point.
This was a long time ago.
Yeah, it wasn't a point of interest to me that they had all those MMA guys in there. It did make those scenes look more authentic.
This is the beginning of 2003.
Yeah,
it's a long ass time.
I definitely was not in MMA.
2 years after 9/11. I was in 7th grade.
I was sophomore year in high school, I think. Sophomore or junior. Probably junior year. Yeah. Aaliyah, man, great musician. Well, I wouldn't say musician. She didn't play an instrument, but great music artist, great voice, great talent, excellent dancer.
Maybe the secret is in R. Kelly's jizz.
Yeah.
Or urine.
And there was an issue with, because at first, when she first came into the industry, she was super young.
She was 16 when she married him, right?
I don't know.
Oh, we're looking that shit up.
They did get married when she was underage? I don't remember that part. I know they had a thing, though. I don't remember it going that deep, but I'm not saying that. My memory is super accurate on that story.
Dana Houghton was her name. Died in an airplane crash.
Yep.
2001.
She was coming home from a
Married
video.
in 94. She was active from 89 to 2001. She had a pretty long career. She was like a goddess when she died, right?
Yeah, she was really at like the height of her popularity as well. Like she was coming back home from a music video shoot, and that music video was really popular too. That song,
Age ain't nothing but a number.
"Rock the Boat" was the video that she was filming, that she was returning from.
Illegal marriage. With the release of Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, rumors circulated of a relationship between Aaliyah and R. Kelly, including the allegation that they had secretly married without her parents' knowledge.
Ooh.
Vibe later revealed a marriage certificate that listed the couple married on August 31st, 1994 in Sheridan Gateway Suites in Rosemont, Illinois. Aaliyah, who was 15 at the time, was listed as 18 on the certificate.
Jeez.
The illegal marriage was annulled in February 95 by her parents. The pair continued to deny marriage allegations, stating that neither was married.
Jeez, 15. is even?
R. Kelly's that creepy motherfucker, dude.
Uh, just what do you even? Dang, who has that joke? It might be Mark Norman who has that joke where he's talking about a dude like, how could you want to be with a 13-year-old kid? They're so annoying. And he's like, that's the only thing that's stopping you? So if you met a chill 13-year-old, everything would be good. Jeez. Damn, Mark Norman's definitely came up as one of my top comedians that I currently like, and he's pretty fucking funny. He's got like a real almost old school classic style to his comedy too. He's got just like jokes with punchlines, you know.
Yeah.
Everything's not stories. He's also got like just like one liners, like just
Yeah,
clever.
his Twitter is good. He kind of reminds me of Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, yeah. And I want to say I've seen interviews where he's discussed Norm Macdonald being one of his heroes or influences, someone he definitely looked up to, for sure. But yeah, he's hilarious. I've listened to his stand up like twice, his last one. And it's just hilarious, especially with like the one liners and stuff and just the punchlines. You're just able to it's got some rewatch value, which a lot of stand up specials don't have a lot of good rewatch value for me. Like I have no desire to watch them again. But like some of Chappelle's older ones, I've watched multiple times. Patrice O'Neal's stand up Elephant in the Room, I've seen that at least 3-4 times. That's a classic for me. That's when I know I just want to laugh and I'll just put that on.
Patrice is funny.
I got deep. He had a XM radio show, and I've listened to all the episodes for that. It was actually more of a relationship focused show, but he just had an interesting perspective on how he looked at that stuff. So I watched a lot of that. That was entertaining. And then he did a lot of Opie and Anthony appearances as well and hosting on that. So I've listened to a ton of his material. He had a lot of recorded material, even though he only had like that one stand up special. He had a couple like stand up comedy, like short specials, 20, 30-minute segments. And then he had a lot of material for someone who really didn't break big, you know. So, and a lot of that was due to his own self detriment. He had just this weird, the energy, the bravado, the don't give a fuck, the willing to say abrasive things that made you like his comedy is also the personality trait that held him back in like the Hollywood, because the Hollywood scene is all essentially ass kissing and just like building connections through some fake veneer, and he just wasn't about any of that at all, and even negative towards people, or people took things as negative with the way he reacted or acted about things. So he just wasn't able to really hit that next level in Hollywood.
Yeah, there's still places like New York though, or Vegas. I don't know. He did go young.
That was a time period like before podcasts were huge and shit like that. So it was like television shows in Hollywood were the kind of gatekeepers for you being big or not. You know what I'm saying? Like you wanted to either get a sitcom, you might be able to get an HBO special, but specials weren't all that often, you know. And you wanted or get in movies. Kevin Hart was in about 172 movies in like a 3-year span.
Yeah. That motherfucker. He's got clones running around. I think one died in a car accident.
Dude, I remember when there
one's getting divorced. One got married. One's hanging out with The Rock.
Yeah, just hanging out doing video clips with The Rock all day.
There's like three of their clones doing shit together.
Yeah, The Rock's another one too, doing a ton. Both of them, that's where there's periods where you'll see a new preview for a movie for them like every 3 months. There was like a 2-year period for both of them where there was like every 3 months there's a new movie coming out with you in it. Like, doesn't these movies take time to film and edit and stuff? Like,
5 weeks each. Boom, boom, boom.
Oof.
In 4 or 5 months, they knocked out 3 movies.
Jeez.
They're gonna come out pretty soon within, the release of the other.
They're
just everywhere for a certain amount of time.
They seem to have balance the family part of it out though. Like, still have good relationships with their family. They're not like estranged.
Yeah, I mean they're just disciplined.
Yeah. So they're working, but when they're not working, they're like all about, filling those other gaps. Dang, when you're grinding like that, you don't. I admire that grind because the discipline it takes to not like desire or need to have that recreational time daily. Like, I don't need to play video games daily. Like, they might play video games, but they don't need to do that. I'm like, I need to get my daily fix of this and that
Right.
and this and that in. Like, no, I went and I grinded from 6 a.m. till I went to bed and spent, I made sure I spent 2 hours with family doing that. And then I went to bed and that was it, for a day. Let's grind.
All right, man. Well, let's grind this bad boy to a halt here.
Okay.
We've been going about an hour and a half now.
Ooh, dang, that went by quick.
It sure did.
Went by quick. Okay. Well, yeah, let's wrap it up here. Another good episode.
Check out our socials.
Links will be in the
I haven't really
description.
been tending to it, but if you got ideas for anything, you want to fucking chat at us, you got some fucking bullshit complaints you want me to get enraged about, send them our way at pelicanjackpodcast@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Check me out, Old Devereaux, on social media.
Yep, Del Negro 71. Links will be in the description below. We'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Peace, motherfucker.